The, in this class, you will be discussing about the presentation technique used by the professionals. So let's gonna check. Before that, I'll give you an idea why we need presentation techniques for the professionals. In the presentation, the purpose is to communicate his message to the audience. So in order to do that successfully, he has able to encode the message in the right format and deliver it effectively. The normal non-verbal communication is of the speaker plays important role in the delivery of the messages. So we have a specific techniques for that. Let's go and check. Next, first one is gather information. As part of preparation of presentation, tell others, people about the topic chosen. Ask them they would want to hear about the subject. On the basis of response, further researches can be to gather information need for the presentation. So you have to ask others what about the presentation you are doing and gather the information from them. Not only from us, we have to gather it. Not self information is not sufficient. If you gather the information, that your knowledge will be increased, and if we'll all be having contented knowledge in ourselves. So if we widen our knowledge, you must to ask to gather anybody about your information, and you can clarify your doubts. And next one is write down the main ideas what you are going to speak upon. You have to write down the paper and present, so that would be you can highlight the main idea, and you can develop the sub points according to the main idea, and you can do it, and you can have an outline, and rather than using a script, enable him to remember the main points during the presentation. Having an outline, you have to have an outlined having than using a script. It is very necessary. If you have an outline or something, you have a main point, so you can elaborate from that. Okay, next, develop introduction and conclusion. Next aspect of, you have to have an introduction and a proper introduction and conclusion. What all the things you discussed in this presentation, you should conclude it. You should have according to your conclusion, that it is specify the main points, what your benefit will get, and what all things, and that is and through a conclusion, readers have to they are looking about the conclusion. Their actually introduction and conclusion plays an important role, and introduction must present the topic and attract the audience. For attraction of audience, first you have to have a proper introduction, giving the reason to listen the speaker. And if you have it is a reason, if you start in the way like a small voice, good evening everybody, if it is better than good evening everybody. It will be both sentences is very difficult, is different. What is the first thing was low sound, second thing was vibrant, and you're confident, and so it attract others, your body language, all things. So you should have a proper introduction, and stories, questions, start effective introduction techniques. You have can start your presentation by asking questions, quotations, that all. And in conclusion, you have to summarize the content, and I've already discussed. You have to practice the speech louder in the several times, confidently, and transist practicing can be considered proper modulation. You can correct while if you are practicing, and expressions can be practiced in the mirror or gesture, expression, etc. Next, delivery style. Delivery style. Merely reading of material with the communicator is not good. Simply reading from the text what it is. You have to have a delivery style with your actions, and limit the notes or given key phrases or explanation must automatically in the presentation. You should explain yourself. By reading it, it is cannot be understood. And you can you make use of dramatic examples, stories, humor of the audience. It is the attractive techniques. You can use it and entertain in the exercises, techniques, games, content, etc. You have to use a podium is provided for the use of presenter. Standing behind the podium is more formal. You have to stand before a podium. like might be in advance, might have decided in advance it is good to limit the presentation with the time allowed. Allowed 15 13 for questions and for discussion. Please do not exceed the sections under any circumstances. Please don't too much. It should be minimum 15 to 30 for the questions and for a discussion. Good eye contact is essential to attract again. What are the essential to attract audience? That is a good eye contact. Speakers to look at all segments by the audience by looking directly at individual without lingering to on any one person. And you should have a natural voice and reflect the speaker personality and sincerity. You have to speak calmly within the A1 and moderate speed. It is using slides right not in the front of them or block the audience view. Question and answer. Answer the question after the presentation to the best of the ability. Answer the questions. So these are all the things I have discussed. So go through it, and if you have any doubt, please ask me.